Hi, this here is a video about the Flow 2 Pro. It's sponsored by Insta360, so as such, it's not a review. This is a product showcase of a product that I've been using for just a couple weeks now. And the reason I'm here is to say sorry. Okay, it's not actually a big deal, but the intro shot that you're gonna see in just a second, I accidentally forgot to lock exposure on my phone. And so as the shot moves, there's some like little bit of light flickering, exposure changes, and I tried to fix that with keyframes, but it didn't come out exactly how I wanted. Sorry about that. I wish I had time to go back and reshoot it, but this video is gonna come out like, well, you're watching it now. It's out now. I didn't have time to do it. Hope you love it. This is the new Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. It is a $160 mobile gimbal that fits in your pocket, sets up in seconds, and solves some of the biggest frustrations I had with the previous Flow and Flow Pro gimbal. I also happen to think it might be the best value in filmmaking or content creation, of all the values you can have. Whatever. Oh, ooh, that's new as well. Everything's new. This is the Insta360 Flow 2 Pro. I don't know much about it, except one thing I'm quite excited about, because that one thing solves my biggest problem that I've had with the Flow and Flow Pro in the past. One-step rapid deploy, foldable and portable, 3-axis stabilization, 10 hours of battery life and emergency battery bank, magnetic phone clamp. So let's talk about what makes the Flow 2 Pro unique. And a lot of this is going to apply to the Flow Pro as well. Yeah, honestly, this is the only gimbal I've ever actually liked, and this one is an easy replacement for me. So let's talk about why that is. For starters, this is the whole package. This is all you need right here. It literally does fit in your pocket. I could show you. In this package, you get an upgraded, sturdier tripod down here in the base, so you don't need to pack another one of those threaded ones. The legs are longer. It just feels better overall. And part of that is because they've actually made the body of the handle here longer than it used to be, even though the packed size is negligibly different. It is slightly bigger, but it is negligibly different than the original Flow Pro. Right away, you can see that the form factor, especially in its folded mode, has changed, and that's due to this little hinge right here, which hopefully is gonna make a big difference in how I film videos. There are other mobile gimbals that are out there, but at the very least, you have to end up packing one of these, like a foldable tripod feet to put underneath it. But most of them require you to bring a separate hard shell case. Whereas with the Flow Pro, I love that it just fits in this tiny little package. I can slide it in any sleeve of my backpack or coat pocket or really anywhere. I don't bring accessories, I just have my phone and I have the gimbal. In the box is included your phone clamp here. It's just a standard kind of springy phone clamp, and it will magnetically attach like that onto the gimbal itself. However, I don't care about this piece because this is the Flow Pro and I have been using this for the gimbal exclusively. This is just like a puck with magnets that you put on your phone. That way, once you attach this here, it's good to go. Now, the reason I wanted to talk about this MagSafe puck here is it looks like it is different now on this new version, and the difference, nice, ooh. The difference is now this has a little built-in kickstand. Whether you're in TikTok mode or horizontal mode, still will just clip on, and you should be able to unfold it. I don't know how this unfolds. Ooh, oh. Okay. Welcome. Hello. We came back to Underside Park? It's a skate park beneath a highway in Toronto. And this is the first location where I ever got to shoot with the original Flow almost 2 years ago for the launch video that Chris Howe was making. And while I was here, I brought this with me. This is my really big F-Pole V. It's just a giant selfie stick. And I wanted to get a shot on the Flow where the camera was up above the highway and then craned all the way down beneath.
but we ran into a limitation of the design of that gimbal where it just doesn't have enough tilt movement to allow you to do that entire move. So I kind of shelved that idea and decided if I wanted a shot like that in the future, I'll just use an X4 on the stick instead. However, now we have the Flow 2 Pro, and the way they pulled this off here is really interesting. When you want to put it in the infinite tilt mode, so you can pull off these bigger crane type shots, you're gonna pull out the extended selfie stick a bit, tilt the angle of this just so that it's out, and then this whole thing can do a 90-degree rotation. And when you set that in there, it already defaults it into just a pan follow, not a full pan tilt follow. And so now in theory, Christoph, can you raise this up? As long as he goes up, the camera's gonna stay nice and straight, and it should work like really good.
I think what I love most about the concept of mobile gimbals in general is that my iPhone has some of the best small camera footage I've ever seen. They're just so powerful, and next year they'll be more powerful, and the year after they'll be more powerful. But this is gonna be able to go from camera to camera to camera with you as you upgrade your phones over the years. It's just like you've got stability, and if you upgrade your phone, your stability looks better now. Now, there are so many features packed into this gimbal, and a lot of them seemed really well tuned towards everyone. Like the average person who's just trying to film their kid's soccer game or their friend's vacation trip or whatever. But there are also some features in here that feel like they were designed for me. One feature that they added this year that I did not expect them to add is the ability to use a second phone as a wireless monitor slash remote control for the gimbal. And what that means is you can click one button in the app and it's gonna pop up a QR code that your friend can just scan, and it's gonna open a web app. So they don't need the Insta360 app, it's just gonna open a web page, and right away it's gonna show them a live feed of the video coming out of the other device. It's gonna give them a little digital joystick for panning and tilting. They're gonna be able to trigger, record, stop record. They can also do things like select tracking, cancel tracking, and all of that is done with no need for that person to download an app. And that's so helpful because, as you can imagine, if you put the gimbal with your phone on the end of this, 20-foot selfie stick up into the air, it's really hard to know if your composition looks like you wanted it to look. So now, you pair a second phone, you throw it up into the sky, you use the other device to get your composition right, and then you're off to the races. For me, those two features, being the infinite tilt for those kind of crane shots, as well as the wireless monitoring, just turn this into, by far, my favorite gimbal ever. Not my favorite mobile gimbal, my favorite of all gimbals. Ever since the original Flow came out, and then the Flow Pro, and now the Flow 2 Pro, this has become not just a mobile gimbal for me, but this is my, not even primary, this is my only phone tripod. And my phone has become my B camera. I use it in all of my videos. For probably 15 to 25% of the shots that you see are shot on my phone. And sometimes it's with this as a gimbal, but a lot of the times I'm just putting this on an Apple box or a table, setting it up, using this upgraded joysticks here in order to pan and tilt and get the composition I want, and then I just leave it. It's just such a good form factor. I don't know how to say that more succinctly. Some other new things this year, probably exciting for you Android users. I don't have one, so I haven't been able to test it out, but it seems like they've optimized a lot more for Android as well. So the NFC pairing here, for example, normally you just do a one tap and it will pair your phone to the gimbal. That now works on Android as well. There are so many features packed into this gimbal, and a lot of them I covered in my previous videos on the Flow and the Flow Pro.
Okay, the first shot, you're gonna wash a cucumber.
So if you want to learn more about the Insta360 app and how it can create shot lists for you, if you're just getting started and need more ideas, check out my video here on the Flow. And if you want to learn more about the dock kit integration, which the Flow Pro and Flow 2 Pro are the only dock kit integrated gimbals, then check out my last video on the Flow Pro to learn more. But now finally, let's power through a few more of the features that make this super unique. They've added a mirror to the rear to help you frame up shots when you're using the far superior rear cameras.
Is that broccoli on my teeth?
It's not. We have a host of updates to the tracking functionality, which include multi-person tracking, auto zoom tracking, a pro framing grid for tracking, and my personal favorite isn't necessarily an upgrade to the tracking, but, well,
we've been asking Insta360 to add this feature since the Flow came out, but they now support Apple ProRes in their log format within the Insta360 app, which is fantastic because the tracking within the app is definitely a step up from the DocKit tracking. So now you don't have to choose between like better picture quality and better tracking. You get the best of both worlds in the Insta360 app. I like that.
We've also got 360-degree infinite pan tracking. We've got enhanced animal tracking, so if you got a cute pet, go ahead and select that pet and let the gimbal do the work. Yeah, I guess that's that. I mean, this thing rules. 160 US, opens so many doors. You can use it for so many things. I've got a link down in the description if you're interested. This is what it looks like. I'm blocking my face for autofocus. Hope you have a great day. Love you. Good night. Bye. Good day, sir.